My brother runs upstairs to look out the window, and they see they're like putting handcuffs on my dad.
Damn.
You know, it's like I can't imagine what he's gone through, and that's why I kind of make it a point for myself to like be present.
Yeah.
And be there. We were talking about it.
Yeah, it's dope. Cause I was like, yo, first couple times I came to Atlanta, kicked it. Like I didn't really see your brother around, and now I'm here and he's just kicking it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, that's real cool. So like, how did your brother, like why, like how did that happen? Like how does he, like he's around so much and he's like a cool kid. You know what I mean?
He's the coolest. I mean, we've always been very close. Like, that's my guy. But I think it was when we left on Better Late Than Never. Was that about a year ago? The Better Late Than Never
September.
Tour?
Yeah, almost a year ago.
We left, and I was out for like 3 months.
That tour was that long, huh?
Yeah, it was long.
Sheesh.
It was long. And I didn't have money like that back then to fly back home every weekend, so I was stuck in the tour bus all for those 3 months. And
you kind of have stepped up to be that father figure for your brother in a lot of ways. You're a big brother, but you're also the man of the house.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just, I mean, I left, I came back, and he had swag. Like
he got the drip.
That boy was taller, his voice was deeper.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what the heck did I just miss? And like, I just made it like, I'm like, you know what? I'm spending more time with him.
That's dope.
And it's cool. It's like, he's a good kid. So.
Has he been coming out with you to do some of these shows?
Yeah, I took him on Unashamed for a few dates.
Really?
He was on the bus with us. With everybody. He's hit all these
having a time
festivals.
of his life, man.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. Like, he only listens to my friends. Like Few, Ty. He's been listening to Tommy Heavy. And it's like, I can't imagine what it's like to be cool with the people I listen to at his age.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, he's like really a fan of everybody, and they're all cool with him. So,
do you see your story, and with the story that you tell on Raul, and do you see that shifting people's perspective in terms of how they view the whole immigration issue in America? When you remove it as a political whatever, like all that nonsense, and you say, hey guys, I'm a human, I'm a person, I got a little brother, you know what I'm saying? And this is how some of these goofy laws have affected me and my family. Are you seeing a shift happen amongst like some of your fans, you feel like?
I think so, yeah. I think so. And I've had like hundreds probably of messages. I don't get to see them all, but I've seen
you probably shouldn't look at all those DMs either, because
I don't read comments. I don't read comments, but
good.
I try to read DMs.
Okay.
Because I don't know. Part of me just wants to know what's up with the people who listen to me.
Yeah.
But I've seen like people just like thank me for my story, just sharing it and being vulnerable. And I think it just takes like familiarity. Like sometimes we're in our own little bubbles and we don't realize that there's a real world going on for other people outside of that bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're like a white kid who grew up like suburban area and you don't know one Hispanic, then like you're probably not gonna identify with like the stories.
Yeah. Or you're just gonna be super dismissive.
Oh yeah, or dismissive, like it don't affect me.
Yeah.
But when somebody you like, I guess look up to, or somebody you admire, or like you're just a fan of like the music, they're going through something, then it's like it hits a little different. And I think we all have that potential to change people's perspectives. Yeah.
You said on Twitter, since your dad was deported, you've been wrestling with anxiety and that feeling. How real is that for you? Like, and how constant is that for you?
It's every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just that pressure of like failing also hits, because it's like, yo, my little brother and my mom don't got nothing else besides this working out for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just that, I mean, the day Raul dropped, I was in bed all day.
Why?
I just couldn't, like, I was like, bro, this is too much. Like, I wasn't doing anything. I was just like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to stay here and chill. My friend had to like force me out that night, like just to kick it. But it's it's tough. I probably have a lot more music out if I didn't deal with it. But I second guess everything I do. All my homies, anybody who's ever worked with me, they know it's like Ace probably has the hardest time talking to Ben and Cray about my music, because it's like sometimes I'm like going, it's like a week or two of like consistent work. Yeah. And then like the third week, I'm like, all of this is bad. Like, this is trash.
See, from the outside looking in, it still seems like you're putting out a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm just like always working on a lot of stuff. Yeah. And I have ideas. Like Pleasant Hill was like 2 years old when it dropped.
Yeah. You know? Well, like I said, I heard a lot of Pleasant Hill.
Yeah. 4 a.m., like the beat for 4 a.m., I made that like 3-4 years before.
And that album was done for a minute. I remember hearing that Raul like 4 or 5 months before it dropped, maybe more.
Yeah, I had Freeze before Pleasant Hill was done. Like the intro to I just felt like people weren't ready for this story.
They weren't.
They
weren't.
Yeah.
They weren't.
Yeah, I sit on music a lot, but
do you know and believe that it is working out?
The music?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe it.
I need you to know that.
Yeah.
Like, I need you to know, outside of anything else, outside of any numbers or whatever metrics you're looking at, or whatever, whether it's how much you're making or whatever, like, I need you to know that what you're doing is working. It's gonna work out. Yeah. And that like you're dope. Like, you're dope, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's so refreshing and it's so dope and it's so unadulterated. You know what I'm saying? I think like what you're doing could be the new blueprint for what Christian hip hop or Christians in hip hop could be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to know that.
Appreciate that. It's big.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just having this conversation with a friend of mine where he was like, what was the moment you knew this was like it for you? And for me, I don't think there's been one moment. It's just been consistent God telling me like, bro, I told you. Like, like I doubt so much. And like so often God just reminds me like, this is where I want you.
And I'm sure there's moments where you sell out your Atlanta show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which looked crazy.
Yeah. It was hilarious, bro. I got off stage and I'm like, I go to the green room and I just sit down and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to chill a little bit while the show ends. Yeah. And then I'm like, wait.
The show's over.
Was the last one. Because I'm so used to like Lecrae going up. And I was like, wow, like that happened. Yeah. That just happened.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And the shows look crazy. It's dope seeing you like hustle and there's a spirit of entrepreneur and what the heck is the word? Entrepreneurship. Thank you, RG.
Hey, man.
There's a spirit of entrepreneurship you operate in, and your hustle and your willingness to, and I don't want to go into all the details, but like you piecing a lot of this tour together yourself.
Yeah. You know, big shout out Erin too. I got to shout her out.
It's shout out to Erin. Erin's dope.
Me and her, I mean, her and me. She's been killing it. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it was just one of those, it's either now or never. And I hit up Erin and she was like, all right, let's get it together. Yeah. Within the week, we were like moving. So
yeah, and that's dope to see. That's dope to see. Just you step out and you do it and you go for it. You know what I'm saying? I think if more people took ownership like that, you know what I'm saying? Like we would see way more cats like establish themselves.
Yeah, I really want it to be like to get to the point where we don't have to play like white church youth groups all the time forever.
Do you feel like that's the type of shows you've been doing?
Nah, I pass on a lot of church shows.
Why is that?
Just because I wanted to build my brand and my base off of like hard ticket sales.
Explain why that's important.
Come on, man.
Because look, cats can take the bag, right?
Let me put y'all on the game real quick.
Somebody can take the bag. I was coming up we didn't get those calls.
Yeah.
The Breaks didn't get those calls.
Yeah.
The Dream Junkies didn't get those
what
calls.
calls?
The
church.
Hey, come play for
Bro,
our.
it's so much money.
You know what I'm saying?
churches.
It's a freakish amount of money, and we were hurt because we didn't get those calls. In hindsight, it
bro.
was the best thing for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You're
I mean-
getting those calls, but you're saying no.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do.
I've missed out. I don't want to say how much I've missed out on, but I've missed out on a lot of money just for saying no to churches.
$50,000.
Wait. I can't keep you in check, so tell your mama about the tattoos up to your neck. Go wear a collar if it goes with the burgundy kids, and tell your father that your night out wasn't the best from what I see via text. I can't keep you in check, so tell your mama about the tattoos up to your neck.